All right, so we are live here today with our lunchtime Q&A session. This is part of the Gainesville Girls Rock Camp's lunchtime concert series hosted by me, Andreina Fernandez. Normally we have a live set before the Q&A, but today we posted some amazing music videos by the Txlips and Guitar Gabby and the Txlips. And now we're gonna go ahead and start our Q&A for the day. Just like Monday and Tuesday, please feel free to submit any questions that you all have via the comment section on Facebook. And as a reminder, as always, Gainesville Girls Rock Camp is an actively anti-racist LGBTQ+ organization. Any racist, transphobic, xenophobic, ableist, or homophobic statements will not be tolerated in our space. That includes our virtual space, so please be mindful and respectful with your comments. And with so many kids stuck at home, we're offering a large portion of our programming free and accessible to the public, to our public community. And we fund scholarships, a gear lending library, and year-round programs like this one with your support. So please consider donating or sharing our virtual fundraiser link. You can find that link in this post. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can also find it in that post. You can find it literally anywhere you see Gainesville Girls Rock Camp content, you will find that link. So please go ahead and donate. So again, I'm Andreina. My pronouns are she, her, or ella in Spanish. And I'm going to introduce the Txlips. The Txlips Band LLC is a dynamic group of women whose mission is to challenge the boundaries set for women in the music industry, as well as to inspire girls and women worldwide to be an unstoppable force in the music industry. This international touring collective has contributed to pushing the status quo of what the world says women can do. They continue to pursue their callings and are determined to motivate people everywhere by being themselves. So it's a real honor to welcome Guitar Gabby and Jay Jackson here today. I'd like to give you both a moment to introduce yourselves. We can start with Guitar Gabby.
Oh, hey everyone. So my name is Guitar Gabby. I'm the founder, manager, lawyer, and front woman of the Txlips Band. I'm really excited to be here today. Like the mission statement says, we all work very hard in our respective lanes and also as a group to inspire people out there to, kind of step into their calling and do what it is that's important to them and let their voices be heard. And I think a very important part of that is by showing the world that women look different. We're not all the same. We don't all identify the same, but we're still dynamic no matter what. And that's extremely important. And we're going to, let that be heard. So I'm happy to be here today.
Dope. Thanks for having you.
I'm Jay Jackson. I'm from San Francisco Bay Area. I've been with the Txlips about 2 years now, Gabby, I think, something like that.
Oh, more.
maybe more. It's just great to just be a part of this collective. I have so much fun. I really appreciate Guitar Gabby for having me for all these years and just to, help out wherever I can. It's great. I love it. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you. Yeah, we're really, really excited for this. I watched your music videos and they're just phenomenal. Like chef's really great.
Thank you.
And while we wait for some questions to come in our comments, I have questions for you that I'm just interested in. So I'd love to kind of maybe first get a bit more of an introduction to like what inspired the creation of the Txlips, and I guess also what inspired the creation of the Txlips and also what inspires your music.
Well, how it started was in like 2016. If there are any older people out there who remember Crime Mob, one of the rappers from the group, Diamond, she's from Atlanta, and she was looking for somebody to do a music video with her. She was looking for a female guitarist. So her label hit me up, and then I did the video with them, and it was really cool. But while I was there, I realized not just working with Diamond for those number of years, but just on a worldwide scale, that there is a very large gap in the industry, specifically for women of color. And I think that runs the entire gamut. Like I said earlier, it doesn't really matter how you identify, but there's a very large gap in the industry. And I personally wanted to see that gap filled. And I got tired of waiting for white men in the music industry to open up the door or let us, let us in. And so I just decided I'm a go-getter type of person. If I see something, I'm going to go and get it. And it's very hard for people to tell me that I'm not. But, it's really all just because of the passion. And so I started the collective in 2016. And then just since then, it's been moving pretty fast, and it's been amazing. I mean, along the way, meeting people like Jay, and social media is an excellent form of meeting people, and that's actually how we met. And then being able to link up in Oakland when I toured out there a couple of times over the years and do some shows together. Not just like Jay being part of the collective, but also Jay has a band, and she has a lot of amazing stuff that they do. And so just being able to link up with like really amazing people in the industry, coast to coast, is just so amazing. So that's kind of how it got started. And I think that we, as a collective and individually, do an excellent job of representing on behalf of of the diversity of Black women, because we are extremely diverse. And so I don't know, I have nothing but fun, amazing things to say just about the journey, about the people that are in it. So yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much. Yeah, I definitely agree with you, and I'm very inspired by the mission statement of the Txlips, because you're right that there is a gap for women of color in the music industry, and yeah, I've been doing this Artist of the Day series for Girls Rock Camp, and like featuring Black women and non-binary artists every day, and it's just, I feel like it's so needed, and I am really appreciative of the work that y'all are doing. So yeah, we have a question that came in. This is from Annie. Hi, Guitar Gabby and Jay Jackson. Maria here. How did each of you find your music style?
Personally, Jay, you go first.
You want me to go? Okay. It doesn't matter. I can go first. So, hi, Maria. Thanks for the question. My style is really rooted in, I want to say, gospel. That's really pretty much where I started. From a child on up until today, like I've been playing drums for over 30 years. I guess I'm telling my age right now. But it just really started. I got my style from gospel, and watching so many gospel drummers, they have so many different styles. They're not like just rooted in one different style, one genre, because gospel it's so much in one. So growing up, hearing that, it got rooted in me, instilled in me. So that's pretty much where my style came from. I don't consider myself playing one genre. That's why I love being with the Txlips, because they're a rock band. They're versatile. Like, I like to play versatile stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much where I found it. I found it in church. I found it in gospel music, and I just grew with it.
For me, I grew up listening to a lot of different styles of music, but rock and roll was something that I really identified with, just from a level of passion, being able to express, all the passion that's inside of you, and like throwing your hair around stage, and smashing guitars and all type of stuff. So I was really drawn to that. And it wasn't until I got to college, my undergrad at Spelman, that I realized and learned that rock and roll and a lot of other genres, all of them, was birthed out of Black culture. And just learning that helped me to identify with the style of music that I was playing. It helped me to better identify with the industry itself, because rock and roll in the music industry is 100% dominated by white men. And a lot of times they are not accepting of, someone that doesn't look like them playing their genre or, their instrument or whatever. So that's kind of how I found my sound. And I'm really inspired by a lot of things, but rock and roll and R&B is really what I gravitate to the most.
Yeah, that just made me think about, I saw that you all performed at Afropunk in Brooklyn and in Atlanta, and I'm wondering like what that experience was like.
From a audience perspective? From
whatever perspective you want, I guess, like as a performer, like what was it like to perform at Afropunk? Or or as an audience, like what it was like to attend and be there?
Brooklyn was a lot of fun. Brooklyn Brooklyn was one of my favorite cities. Between Afropunk Atlanta and Afropunk Brooklyn, because the energy that Afropunk Brooklyn had is so overwhelmingly diverse, of different people, different shades of people, different hairstyles, different outfits, different expressions of literally any and everything that you can think of is at Afropunk Brooklyn. And I personally love seeing that. So it kind of just fueled, my energy, getting onto stage. But it was an excellent experience. We definitely got a lot of love in Brooklyn, especially Atlanta though, but Atlanta's like the mecca of Blackness. But just being able to be in my personal hometown the last couple of years when Afropunk was a lot of fun, and it was a really good experience. And I think a lot of people there, especially Black women, really just love to see, themselves on stage or somebody not in the traditional mold that the industry presents. Just being able to see that on stage, I think was amazing. It was a really cool experience.
Absolutely, yeah. Cool. So what have been some of your favorite performances? A lot of our campers, like it's might be the first time they perform when they come to camp, or they might just kind of be starting out. And I wonder, I guess both, what was your favorite performance and what was your first performance like?
Well, the first performance, I can definitely say it was awkward because it was a long time ago, and there were a lot of different things, that I was trying to figure out, like how I wanted to present this package or this idea of a collective. I wasn't really sure how to do that, but the first show was awkward. But I would say one of my favorite shows to date was going to Oakland my second time, and that was particularly fun because as professional musicians, and I always love to talk about this because as professional musicians, I don't think people who are not professional musicians realize that like you don't always get to have a million rehearsals before it's showtime.
Yeah, no,
I literally sent Jay music like 2 days before I got in town. I was like, "Can you please learn this?" And Jay got on stage and was just like with it. Like
wow.
It was
yeah. I mean, that's just it's just a part of being a professional. You know what I mean? Like even before getting the music, with Gabby, like I've done shows and gigs where, I would get like music literally like a day ahead of time, like a day before the gig. And so they like, hey, you're a professional. This is what you do. You need to go do your homework. Okay. And be ready for the show. And so doing this so many times, it's like, okay, it's just, it's second nature. It's what I do. I can do it. And it would be songs like, I will really have to sit with it, like sit and listen to it. So I would take a whole day. I don't care what I would take a whole day and just do my homework.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's not only because like, it's the love of the music.
Mm-hmm.
It's what I do. And yeah, okay, I get the music a day before. It's okay, fine, I'll learn it. I mean, it's irritation sometimes, but at the same time, like I'm gonna do it because I love music and I love to play.
Yeah.
And I would get songs. It would be 10 to 15 songs that I have to learn. You know what I mean? Some can be covers. Most will be originals. And I would just get it and I would listen to it. Don't bother me. I have to do this work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Professionalism right there.
Yeah. And I mean, it's also like so reflective of like years of practice and skill to be able to kind of pick that up so quickly.
Absolutely.
And just kind of, I think I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know how quick the turnaround is. And I feel like that's like a good inside scoop for some of our campers that are like looking to maybe do this in the future and kind of continue. Like you really need persistence to get those skills so you can pick up the music quickly when you get something new. That's thank you for sharing that. We have another question here. We learned about Sister Rosetta Tharpe. She was awesome. Can you tell us some good gospel drummers?
Oh wow. Female? Or
sure. I mean, wasn't specified, so I guess either or any.
Well, I'm a good gospel drummer. No, oh my gosh,
Plug yourself.
You have Joel Smith. He passed away though about a year or so ago. He's good. Gee whiz, I can't even think off the top of my head. There are so many. Thomas Pridgeon is definitely a good gospel drummer. I actually grew up with him. Gee whiz. Let's come back to that. I have to think, because there's so many good gospel drummers out there. Yeah, we're gonna come back to that question.
Yeah, we can keep that one on the back burner. That's cool. We can come back to it later. So somebody asked this question to our performer yesterday, and I really liked it. Who is your dream collaborator? Who would you just love to collaborate with?
Personally, Beyonce. Any and every option, I just would love it. And Nirvana. I'm probably the president of the Nirvana fan club.
I did see in one of your music videos, or maybe multiple of your music videos, you're wearing the Nirvana shirt. Yeah.
Yeah. We love those Nirvana shirts. We all have one.
Exactly.
Mine, I have a couple, but I would say Beyonce, of course. And then I really love Lauryn Hill. And I mentioned this to Gabby before, like, I've been loving her since I was a kid, you know, like just her voice, her style, her charisma, you know, just her soul, I just love it, you know, like her music is it just touches.
Yeah. I feel like there's something about this question, like your dream collaborator, that it's more than just like whose music you love. It's something about like this like connection that you feel generally to, like, to all aspects of their like artistry. So I love that question. All right, let's see what else we got here. So I noticed that the Txlips and you all do a lot of collaborations with different girls rock camps around the country, and I'm wondering like what kind of drives you, and like it seems like you have a passion for working with like this kind of organization, and I'm just like hoping to hear you talk about that a little bit.
I mean, from a business perspective, I think that it's it made sense because all of the people in the Txlips Collective come from so many different backgrounds, and I think there's a lot that we can offer to young kids out there that might look up to us to play drums like Jay one day or play guitar like Gabby one day. But you know, I think that there's a lot of things that just made sense business wise, and then also like part of my passion. I think I would feel comfortable speaking on behalf of everybody in the collective when I say that a lot of us have a similar story with regards to growing up and not seeing anyone that looked like us in magazines, on billboards, on TV. And if you did, it was usually under this umbrella of, you know, Black females in the industry being hypersexualized. It's very rare that you see anything outside of this very, you know, particular lane that the industry is kind of set up for Black females. But I don't know, I think that just wanting to make sure that we did our part to represent as much as we could for those young kids that were us when we were their age, because I personally did not have a girls rock camp to go to. We didn't have, you know, right, like there was no girls rock camp when I was 8 years old, and there was definitely not any curriculum out there teaching people about sisterhood at authority. So, you know, I just think it's important to make sure that we're turning around and handing what we know and what we've acquired so far back to the generations behind us, because they definitely look up to us and whatnot. So Jay, what do you?
I think this is good because like the Girls Rock Camp focuses on girls. Growing up, we didn't have that. Like you said, we didn't have that. We had different workshops, you know, like it was like a singing workshop, then it was a percussion workshop. I always wanted to go to the percussion workshop, but it never focused around girls and women. I was the only girl inside of the class every single time, and it always was focusing on the boys. And it was so hard, you know, for me growing up So this is really good because we didn't have anything like this, growing up. So I really, really appreciate this.
Yeah.
And I love being a part of it. I like that I can help, girls right now because we didn't have that.
Yeah, I really relate to that. I feel like that's the same reason I am involved with Girls Rock Camp. Like when I was a kid, I played keys for a little while, but I was always longing to play the drums, but I just didn't think that I could. I was I don't really see anybody else like me playing the drums. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
And it made me resent the keys a little bit. I was is this the only thing I'm allowed to play? And I just wish so badly that my 9-year-old self could have had something like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really relate to that. We have another question. This is kind of a silly one from one of our campers. How much do you like cake, and what type of cake?
You know what? You want to answer this first, Gabby?
I love, if it's red velvet, you have me. You have me at red. All you got to do is say red, and I'm there. I love
cake. Yeah, I love cake. My aunt makes this coconut pineapple cake. Ooh. And it's so good. When I tell you, we'll go out to her house, she'll make it, it'll be gone in literally one day. So that's how much we love cake. And it's no lie. It's no lie. Yeah. I'm pretty much, I'm not really a cake person, but I'll eat cake. I'm more of a candy type of person. I know it's bad, but yeah.
That's what you like.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Thank you for that question, Rosalie. It really brought a smile to my face. All right, so we have a couple more minutes here. We're gonna end around 1. And I guess I've run out of questions. Is there anything else that y'all want to talk about your music or?
I would just add or end with this year I put out 2 full-length albums. One was called Musicology, and that one came out in June last month. Then the second full-length album is called Prison of Life, and that's a 2-span album. And so that one will be out. And well, the distribution company might ruin it for us a little bit, but it'll be released exclusively on the website on July 31st, so in a couple of days. But yeah, that's all for me. Jay, I'm sure you have stuff too for your band. What you do?
Yeah, so I have a band. I have my own projects. Mind you, I play in so many other things, but I have my own project, which is called Baycoin Beats. And you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We're actually working on our first EP. We were starting right before the COVID hit, literally a week. We were getting into, working on original music. So our deadline was to be completed by this year, but we're focused on getting it completed by sometime next year. So just be on the lookout for that. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I see Gabby dropped the social media handle in the comments. So everybody can go follow Bitcoin Beats as well. And thank you so much, Guitar Gabby and Jay Jackson, and to the Txlips as an organization. We're just so grateful to have had you here, to have your music videos available to stream on our Facebook and YouTube. Please go check that out if you haven't already. We do have music tutorials releasing at 1 and workshops releasing at 2, just every day. And again, thank you so much. So grateful to have had you here, to get to talk to you. And we do have one last question. Who are your favorite up-and-comers?
Ooh. Oh, that's a good question. The first 2 that pop into my head that I actually listen to on a regular basis, I call them our brother band, but Hero the Band. They're based out of Atlanta. They're amazing. They're a band of brothers, but and that's actually another group in Atlanta, good friends of my band of brothers. But another really good group that I think everyone should listen to is oh dang, it's gone. Never mind. But Hero the Band is definitely one of my favorites. Oh, Big Joni. Definitely Big Joni too. Sorry. Big Joni out of London. They're amazing. All Black women.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're cool. Who are some up and coming drummers that I know of? I don't know if you guys know, he's so cute, but he's a little boy. He's a drummer boy, baby boy drummer. He's like 6 years old and he's just amazing. Like he's just amazing. Yes. Like I posted him on my page the other day. He's for sure doing big things already, and he's only 6 years old. But another up and coming group that I like, they're from the Bay Area. They're called Soul Development. They're like a soulful type of R&B type of group, and they're all out of Oakland, and they're really amazing. So if you guys can go check them out on their Instagram,
all right,
it's really dope. Yeah.
I want to fit in this last question, also from Adrian. Favorite secret weapon, piece of gear?
Ooh. Well, for me, that's easy. My neon green ESP LTD.
Duh. That's a given.
Exactly. That guitar is amazing. And I actually just got my boyfriend gave me a really nice LTD for my birthday. One of their upper expensive ones, but it's a really good guitar. But that green one is definitely my favorite. And I would be remiss if I didn't plug my endorsement reps really quick. ESP, thank y'all for giving me the best gear.
Mine is, I have two. Okay, so the first one is my Roland SPDSX, and it makes, only because, you know, it's so versatile. You can do so much with it, make so many sounds. And then my second is, I have a pork pie snare, gold snare, and it's just so amazing. I take it everywhere I go. So that's mine.
Love that. All right, so we'll end there. Thank you again so much. So honored and grateful to have had you. Remember to follow them on their socials. They've been going across the ticker at the bottom. They're also in the comments. And we'll see everybody tomorrow. Bye.
Bye. See you later.
Bye.